What was the plan?
Plan is different.
Satish Prabhu, all set?
Yes, please.
Somewhat set. You need someone to reach, to check things?
No, all is done. Everything is done.
Probably we need one more people.
Yes, yes.
What do
What do
you
you want to do?
Satish Prabhu was telling, huh?
You want to do it?
What?
Kirtan?
I'm just here only, not here, not there.
Bathroom.
Vibhu, Mataji will sing. Then maybe you go that time, camera that time.
Who is singing?
Chitramala.
I can sing but not on harmonium.
Yes. Then can you come here? Otherwise Satish Prabhu again has to fit everything.
Yeah.
Sit in the middle.
You sit maybe in the middle.
Sit in the middle. Old traditional way.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
If they have to go on and out, we'll block, or I will block. I can sit there. That is better.
Yeah, but we said this Tulsi everything.
We can sit it.
No, that's better.
Or it's written on stone.
No. Prabhu.
నేను మధ్యలో చెప్తూ ఉండు లేకుంటే కొంచెం అందరూ మెడిటేటివ్.
Everyone busy? Correct. Everyone is busy, then we can start. So the idea is, as Chitramali Mataji was mentioning, we want to do a bhajan. It can happen when all of us really do bhajan. What does it mean is to glorify the Lord. Bhajan means to sing with our heart, with what energy we have, everything as an offering to the Lord. With that, it means quite a good intense meditation, intense yoga. I know it's very difficult. I think we have just come here. We need to settle a bit here. But we use the Kirtan and Bhajan for that. And we have very wonderful Lord in front of us. Manmohan Lal ji, Virajman hai. So when we turn towards him and see his beautiful form, what should happen is Manmohan. Our mind should be attracted towards him. We can try that. And let's see what happens. And as I said, bhajan can happen when we are really, really present in what we are doing. Let's try that. And if kids need some free space, I think there is some place. No, there's a room. Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Shri Radhe. Jaya Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Shri Radhe. Jaya Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Shri Radhe. Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Shri Radhe. Jaya Radha Jaya Radha Shyam Sundar, Radha Shyam Sundar, Radha Shyam Sundar, Shri Radhe. Jaya Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath, Shri Radhe. Jaya Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Ashtatara Sadam Siddhi Pandey Sisi Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivarikacharya Ashtota Sadashri Jitipanga Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasa Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki Vrindavan Dham ki Mathurapuri Dham ki Jagannathpuri Dham ki नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की द्वारका धाम की गंगा माई की यमुना माई की भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की समावेत भक्त वृंद की और ग्लोरी स्टेशन और ग्लोरी स्टेशन और ग्लोरी स्टेशन और ग्लोरी श्री श्री डिवाइन गौरंग और ग्लोरी श्री श्री प्रभुपाद ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्ति कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। हरे कृष्ण। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 14, titled Ideal Family Life. Verse number 1. Shri Yudhishthira
Shri Yudhishthira.
If someone has ready, you can follow. Shri Yudhishthira Vacha
Shri Yudhishthira.
Grihasthayetam padavim
Grihasthayetam padavim
Vidinayena chanjasa
Vidinayena chanjasa
Grihasthayetam padavim
Grihasthayetam padavim
Vidinayena chanjasa
Vidinayena chanjasa
Yadya deva rishir bruhi
Yaya devarshe bruhi
Vadrisho griham mudhadihi
Madrisho grahamudatihi
Yadya deva rishir bruhi
Yaya devarshe bruhi
Madrisho griham mudhadihi
Madrisho grahamudatihi
Shri Yudhishthira Vacha
Shri Yudhishthira Vacha
Grihasthayetam padavim
Grihasthayetam padavim
Vidinayena chanjasa
Vidinayena chanjasa
Yadya devarishe bruhi
Yaya devarshe bruhi
Madrisho griham mudhatihi.
Madrisho grahamudatihi.
Someone can.
Shri Yudhishthira Vacha
Shri Yudhishthira Vacha
Grihasthayetam padavim
Grihasthayetam padavim
Vidinayena chanjasa
Vidinayena chanjasa
Yaya devarshe bruhi
Yaya devarishe bruhi
Madrisho grahamudatihi
Madrisho griham mudhatihi.
Shri Yudhishthira Vacha
Shri Yudhishthira Vacha
Grihasthayetam padavim
Grihasthayetam padavim
Vidinayena chanjasa
Vidinayena chanjasa
Yaya devarishe bruhi
Yaya devarshe bruhi
Madrisho grihamudati
Madrisho grahamudatihi.
Translation. Maharaj Yudhishthira inquired from Narada Muni, O my lord, O great sage, kindly explain how we who are staying at home without knowledge of the goal of life may also easily attain liberation according to the instructions of the Vedas. Maybe you can sit in the back.
You come here. Come here, come here.
This is fun. This is fun.
This is Ariel family life. The chapter name. I read the translation again. Maharaj Yudhishthira inquired from Narada Muni, "O my lord, O great sage, kindly explain how we who are staying at home without knowledge of the goal of life may also easily attain liberation according to the instructions of the Vedas." The point to be underlined. We read the purport. In the previous chapters, the great sage Narada has explained how a brahmachari, a vanaprastha, and a sannyasi should act. He first explained the dealings of a brahmachari, vanaprastha, and sannyasi because these three ashramas or statuses of life are extremely important for fulfillment of the goal of life. One should note that in the brahmachari ashram, vanaprastha ashram, and sannyas ashram, there is no scope for sex life, whereas sex is allowed in grihastha life under regulation. Narad Muni therefore first described brahmacharya, vanaprastha, and sannyas because he wanted to stress that sex is not at all necessary, although one who absolutely requires it is allowed to enter grihastha life or household life, which is also regulated by the shastras and guru. Yudhishthira Maharaj could understand all this. Therefore, as a grihastha, he presented himself as grihamuradi, one who is completely ignorant of the goal of life. A person who remains a householder in the family life is certainly ignorant of life's goal. He is not very much advanced in intelligence. As soon as possible, one should give up his so-called comfortable life at home and prepare to undergo austerity or tapasya. Tapo divyam putraka. According to the instruction given by Rishabha Dev to his sons, we should not create a so-called comfortable situation, but must prepare to undergo austerity. This is how a human being should actually live to fulfill life's ultimate goal. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, firstly, I would like to thank Adresa Prabhu family for hosting us a wonderful evening on a busy summer. Usually people go for holidays, and so thank you all for coming. And an evening in Krishna conscious life is always singing the names of the Lord, which we did, and taking prasadam of the Lord, which we will take. What's in the middle is actually sandwich. And if you talk, this is the bailaga. This is the main thing which will not have the taste of. No, come on. Prasadam is more tasty. But today we were reading about this Kathamrita Samudra Viprusha. Even a drop of the nectar of the holy name and the Lord and his pastimes is so that we will lose taste for the material life. So, I thought here we want to know how to have a very perfect family life. In fact, someone titled this session, what was that? Fortune of family life or fortune in family life?
Not fortune in family.
Fortune in family life. How to find it? Fortune of family life, because Yeah, after all, Lord Krishna has said there are 4 varnas, and in that, and 4 ashramas, Grihastha ashram is one, so definitely it should be fortunate. I was saying it the other day. The title can be fun in family life. That makes more attractive. So there is something enjoyable. And if you don't do it properly, then it can be fun of family life. That people, others, will make fun of it. Or it can even become funny of being a family life. In all sense, because the world is thickly populated with householders, family men. I mean, of course, these days I should also stress family women. Otherwise, equalities, rights of equality may not be happy. So we can see here Yudhishthira Maharaj, who is the most successful emperor of that time. He was ruling all over the world. He is also Grihastha. And funnily, even he is asking the same question: how to be a perfect Grihastha? A successful person is asking. Do you know whom is he asking?
Narada.
Is he asking a successful householder?
He asking the Brahma.
Yeah. Now when we are all householders, we may ask, okay, can you please tell? But interestingly, in ISKCON we can see so many householders go and ask Swamis, Maharajas, please can you help me how to solve my family life? And they say, hey, we never entered into that life. But on the strength of the Vedic scriptures, that's the last line, I was saying underline, according to the Vedic instructions based on Vedas. For that we don't have to get into this ashram. Even one who is in a sannyas ashram, one who is a brahmachari, who is a pakka brahman, pakka means not perfectly born, one who has perfectly become a brahman, can also share the wisdom. Why? Because Narad Muni, who is an incarnation of the Lord, of course, he is the right source and also a spiritual master from whom Yudhishthira Maharaj is inquiring. Very important thing. How to lead a Grihastha life? How many of us are feeling that we are at a risk of losing the goal? Now question is, what is the goal?
Go back home, back to Godhead.
Which home, whose Godhead?
Vrindavan.
So back. I thought we want to advance, not to go back. Going back is advancing. This comes in the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, where after Prahlad Maharaj has instructed his fellow students, hey guys, don't waste your time. How much time do you have in your life? How many hours do you sleep?
Me?
Yeah. It's a secret. You answer very quickly then. I can't ask anyone else. 9 to 8 hours? What is that? 8 to 9 or 9 to 8? So he sleeps from 9 o'clock till 8 o'clock.
No.
So he says a lot of time is gone in something that sometimes we want it or we don't want it. In fact, we have, as per the scriptures, there are 8 kinds of divisions. 4 we already covered: Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyas. And then 4 are Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. And a combination of all these, it's possible, I mean not all, a few are possible, and it leads to the next chapter of this part of 7th canto is telling about how a Brahman is at different levels. Before going there, we want to understand Grihastha life. Come on, there is something very important, because Yudhishthir Maharaj is asking Narad Muni, please tell all according to the instructions of Vedas. That means, indirectly the question is, please tell me what is the dharma of a Grihastha. What is the dharma of a Grihastha is what actually Yudhishthir Maharaj is asking. Yeah, we know Grihastha ashram dharma is what? To maintain a nice family life, to maintain children, work out for their aspirations, give them a fortune future. No, isn't that? Bhagavad Dharma is saying what is the real duty. Yeah, if I ask all of us, we can easily come up with a big list of duties. Getting up in the morning, making breakfast, taking kids to school is another, and then bringing them back or giving them all these things we can say of all duties. Bhagavad Dharma is telling to give them the Lord. Oh, how to give them? How to give it? Oh no, we are trying to give some prasadam. Oh, we are trying to bring them to the Satsang. We are bringing them wherever we are going to holy places. All this is fine. What about us? Usually sometimes parents forget about self-interest and they think we got. I think Grihastha life means sacrifice. Sacrificing our own self and giving everything to the kids. No, I think the charity starts at home, means we need to take care of ourselves. And interestingly, spirituality is cost and loss. Free. Why to sacrifice then? You have to sacrifice when you really have to, it's too expensive to, no. It's very easy and you can do very successfully. And the secret of that is understanding what is this Bhagavad Gita and what is Bhagavad Dharma. To understand Dharma, let's understand what is Adharma. In Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 15th chapter, there are 5 branches of Adharma mentioned. The first one is Vidharma. The second one is Paradharma. Third one is Dharma Abhas. Fourth is Upadharma. Fifth one is Chal Dharma. Chala means cheating. Interestingly, everything has in the end Dharma. And we are calling this as 5 kinds of Adharmas. The first one is Vidharma. Those so-called religious practices which take us away from the most important essence of true Dharma. And these are something like we may have heard what is something called Niyama Agraha. Niyama Agraha. Niyama means regulations, Agraha means to break. To break the regulations for our own comfort so that we don't advance. So we still use the Vedas, we still use all the knowledge that we have acquired, but not for going forward, but going backward. Not back to Godhead, going backward. So Vidharma is actually
Not advanced.
going backward. Paradharma is very attractive. Paradharma means something that is dharma for you, but I want to follow that, though it's not my dharma. In fact, Krishna is saying, Swadhane nidhanam shreyaha, paradharma bhayavaha. Swadharma, nidhanam shreyaha, it is even to die while doing our own duty, even if we are not perfect. But paradharma, just like when Arjuna wanted to say, hey Krishna, I don't want to fight. It's a cool thing. Peace. Everyone wants no war everywhere. And Arjuna is saying also same thing, but Krishna is saying fight. Why? Because a Kshatriya is supposed to fight. Not for his own glories, not for his own success with all big flaps and whatever, all these, what do you call them? Credits, medals, whistles. No, he is supposed to fight, he is supposed to protect the dharma in a way that he has got trained. So, even that also is coming under irreligion. What did we cover too? Vidharma, Paradharma, we come to Abhas. It looks as if like Dharma. Abhas means, just, it's called pretentious Dharma. Means playing Mridanga, but for self-interest. Or singing for self-interest. Or making anything for self-interest. All the regulations are there, but we just make use of that so that I am very dharmic, but inside I know I am not really dharmic. So it looks as if like Dharma. So there are so many, there are many so-called spiritual activists who are saying there are many ways to attain Lord. Don't have to worry like someone doing like Krishna consciousness. You have to do Japamala for 16 rounds, you have to follow 4 regulative principles. No, nothing required. You just do like this, just a show of what others doing, and then you say, if you do this, you get it. Abhasa, dharma abhasa. Upadharma is select what is that is most, what do you call, tailor-made, customized dharma for your own self. That you say, hey, no, we don't need to hear, we only have to speak, for example. No Shravanam needed, Kirtan is enough. You can very easily, you take a section of a book and then you say a particular verse is telling that Kirtan is the best, forget the rest. What is that coming? Upadharma. And Chala Dharma is even more dangerous. What is it? Chal. Cheating Dharma. Chal Dharma is, there are so many who are there saying, yes, it is me. It is. We all are going to God, but the intention of him is not to God, for his own benefit. Cheating. When we understand that these kinds of adharmas are there, we understand that it's very less likely that I am practicing dharma. One way or the other, I also have that self-interest. Because of that self-interest, what I am doing is, though I am in a grihastha ashram, though I am practicing grihastha life, there is a very thin layer of ice on which we are walking, where we can fall on this side, which is a very, very fabulous, comfortable life for our own self, and there is other side where we are preparing towards a responsible householder life. It's very thin. We may think that I am practicing it. I am responsibly practicing for many years this life. I have dedicated, I have sacrificed myself in this process. In fact, it is said, the best way to avoid being caught up in Chala Dharma is to follow Bhagavad Dharma. And what is Bhagavad Dharma is what Bhagavan has said. And we are talking about Bhagavan Sri Krishna, who has spoken Bhagavad Gita. And Bhagavad Gita, and Bhagavad, slow kare? You want me to be slow?
No. wants me to be I'm just...
She is translating now.
Yeah.
In Hindi. Yes.
No, but by the way, am I too fast? Let me know. I know about that. She is more faster.
Later on.
Yeah. Shall Dharma. How to avoid is, Very simple. To take to Bhagavad Gita the direct words of the Lord and to take to the Lord's personification of Srimad Bhagavatam. It is said both are Bhagavad Dharma. If we want, it's not so difficult. We don't have to speculate. We don't have to create all our versions of whatever we want. It is absolutely present as it is. In fact, Srimad Bhagavatam, the first verse itself is saying that this is the most purest form, Amala Purana. Means it has no impurities. It's completely free from any kind of dharma projita kaitava dharma. There are so many dharmas. There are dharmas in Christianity, in Muslim, Sikh. Now, this is what is said in the 7th canto, 6th chapter, 1st verse. Prabhupada gives a very elaborate explanation where he is mentioning there thousands, hundreds and thousands of dharmas. What dharma should we follow? At least not these 5 dharmas, or which are 5 adharmas. Again, for a recap, what are these 5 adharmas? Come on. Vidharma, Vidharma, Paradharma, Upadharma, Dharma Abhas. Next week also I will ask you. What? Next week also I will ask you. So half of the problem solved when we know where we should not go. Then at least we can focus where to go. And Krishna is saying, in the 18 chapters we can see Krishna is directing or instructing what is the right yoga one should practice. Now comes the question, what about Grihasthas? Did he mention anywhere Grihastha? If you search Grihastha in the all shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, you will not find one word. Anyway, I did it. You don't have to do it. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a whole chapter dedicated for it. And now when we talk about, I think you have named it Fortune in Family Life, right? In Chaitanya Charitamrita, in fact, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the Madhya Leela, we come across a very small conversation between Raghupati Upadhyay and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Raghupati Upadhyay, he is a Brahman who is a very, very highly scholar, who is expert and he has written nice poems and when he comes to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asks, can you say something about Krishna? Can you glorify? And of course he is an expert, he is a Brahman and scholar, so he recites one of already written verses. And the essence of it is, he says there are so many who are taking to Vedas. They are taking shelter of Vedas out of fear. They are taking shelter of Shruti, Smriti, Puranas, everything out of fear. So that by being a sincere servant of all the Shastras, I will be saved out of fear. But Raghupati Upadhyay, he writes, but I take shelter of Nanda Maharaj because he is considered the most fortunate person. Why? Because he is a family man, not a bachelor. He is a successful family man.
Successful.
Yes. Why successful? Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also approved. He was so excited to hear this. Usually we say, हमको भगवान से लेना देना है, उनके माता पिता का क्या है? But in fact, we can see it is their glory that they have pleased the Lord to be blessed to become the parents of the Lord. How fortunate they are. Amazing, isn't it? We usually think, let me read Krishna book where Krishna is there. What about Yashoda Mai? What about Nanda Maharaj? What about Rohini Mataji? All. We may think, no, भगवान को इनका जरूरत नहीं है. ऐसा है क्या? Without Nanda Maharaj, how Krishna can grow? We think, no, he is Bhagwan. No, he doesn't want to be Bhagwan. In the home of Nanda Maharaj, he wants to be a kid. Which means someone has to hold him. In fact, when Nanda Maharaj once when Nanda Maharaj was walking and Krishna was holding, he was a baby. He was holding the finger and he was going. There was heavy wind that was blowing. And then, out of great fear and care, he just covered Krishna. Hey, Krishna is Bhagavan, he should protect Nanda Maharaj, right? Isn't it? In fact, Nanda Maharaj, when he closed his eyes, tears came from his eyes. Why? Because he was saying, oh, my Kana. How fortunate to remember the Lord so closely. Huh? Usually when we have samasyas, समाधान के लिए भगवान के पास जाते हैं. When we have troubles, when we have questions, then we go to the Lord. But what here is that the care that Nanda Maharaj was giving to Krishna was what actually Krishna wanted. And that's the reason he took, he appeared in the Vrishnis. In the Nectar of Devotion, chapter 49, there is a dedicated chapter called Parenthood. And in that there is a list of great personalities who were great in Vatsalya Ras. Vatsa means child. Vatsalya means affectionately taking care as a child. We may know that Krishna, when he was attacked by so many demons, Mother Yashoda was so much worried, so much scared, and she was, oh, what happened? Why all this happens to my... No, let us take him to Vishnu and do all the purification. They have sung, what do you call this? They have applied cow dung. No, come on, Krishna is the Lord. Why Yashoda is doing like this?
Because she thinks that's her child.
Why? Why does she just think? In fact, he is her child.
Yeah.
Not to think, he is her child. So this householder life is such a great ashram out of this all 8 combinations I was mentioning. Why? Because Grihastha life is the secret for the whole maintenance. In fact, why? Because who is allowed to earn money? Who is allowed to spend money? When in today's world we all talk about money, right? Who has the power to earn money? No, everyone can earn. No. Brahmacharya, in that, one is supposed to just be busy in studies. How wonderful life, isn't it? Only keep studying. Huh? In fact, in the 15th chapter of the 7th canto, there is the explanation about this Brahmanas are of different levels. One Brahman category is to be interested only in advancing in spiritual. They are interested in only liberation. And then there are other class of Brahmanas who are into Vanaprastha. Yeah. How long shall we be in married life? Come on. I still remember His Holiness Kadamba Kanana Maharaj he was saying, the day when he got married, he was looking or preparing for Vanaprastha. No, come on. No. After all, we have the license to earn money. What about Vanaprastha? No. Then how to take care? No, let's be in Grihastha as long as possible, because we all want to be self-independent. We don't want to be dependent, right? No, but dependency is such a great secret to attain the goal of life. Come on, how is it? We don't want to depend on the society. We want to depend on Krishna. Yeah? To the level that we have faith in Krishna, to that level we can depend on Krishna. And to that level, we are dependent on Krishna. To that level, we can advance in our goal of life. So the secret is really lying in understanding what it means to be in an ashram, to be in a shelter. Otherwise, it's not possible, because we all have all kinds of fears right from our childhood, even to now, and it will also be there. No. Because we do not have sufficient faith in the process of Krishna consciousness, the reason for our suffering is mainly because that we think, what is there in this book? I have seen so many books. What is so special in this book? What is so special in this book? Anyone? What is special in this book?
The special thing about this book is that God
It is
said.
special.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's special, but it's special because God Himself said this.
Very nice. Anything else?
And also because it's the best. It's the best of all the information you can get
It is topmost knowledge. Yeah. Raja Vidya.
of knowledge.
King of knowledge. Anyone else?
It is also a space of how to spend your life with spiritual.
It gives guide. It becomes our lifelong guide how to lead a life.
Way of life.
Way of life.
Timeless.
It's timeless or less time?
Timeless.
Timeless.
More time, but yeah.
It's priceless. It's timeless.
It's timeless, it's valuable.
It's valuable.
You don't have to study so many different books. There is only one book. If you read it 100 times, you have read 100 books.
Yeah,
You
in
really
fact,
get it.
it is said that even if one reads Bhagavad Gita, you may say Bhagavad Gita is one book, only 700 verses. Still, every time we read Bhagavad Gita, we understand how much we have to do. It's not that after we read one time we have realized that, oh, now I know the secret of life. Yeah, I come. Yeah. Before I forget. Isn't it? Now we come to Grihastha life. Okay. So when we understand this Bhagavad Dharma is the secret, which means that reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam is the treasure we need to take shelter. What is the reason why we are not able to do it?
Because people think it's expensive, it's very tough, even though it's so easy.
Are you my AI agent? As soon as I put the question, the answer is coming. Exactly what I wanted is coming. Oh, nice. Someone else can also be an agent. Huh?
Because the spiritual life is very tough. You have to follow some rules.
Yes.
You
Yes.
can do anything. Not any time. That's right.
That's the challenge. The challenge of Grihastha life is, it's not that it's impossible. It's not impossible. It's very possible, but only thing is we made it impossible. Just like I have seen that no entry road. People adventurous will anyway go. People who are very no, there is no entry. So let's not enter. In fact, Yamadharmaraj, at least we have fear for him. So at least he is saying, Yama, the Lord of Hell. Dharma tu sakshat Bhagavat Pranita. He is saying, Dharma is something that one should follow. Exactly. Pranita is also kind of reference. And we shouldn't create our own. We should not manufacture our own dharma. That is what is our big problem. We create our own dharma thinking, hey, that's too hi-fi, too Bhagavatam. Hey, it's too much for only people who have retired. And what will they do after retirement? Will they become again Grihasthas? No. After retirement. So this is for everyone. Brahmacharya how to follow a proper brahmachari life, how to follow vanaprastha, how to become a proper sannyas. What it means to become a sannyas. Maybe some other topic we'll discuss some other time. Otherwise, you'll be, hey, you have not become sannyas. Are you telling about sannyas? Why? No, I'm just speaking from the book. But at least I'm a grihastha. I can speak something from that. I'll not share any personal realizations. I don't want to have a sleepless night. I'm just speaking what Narad Muni is saying. How I'm saying.
About breast.
About grihastha.
He was not a breast.
He was not grihastha.
He can say.
Now shall we accept? That is the power. That is the beauty. We can see so many Naishtika brahmacharis, yeah? For example, so many Maharajas, Bhakti Vikas Maharaj, Radhanath Maharaj. All the time, 99%, or let us say 95% of the people who go are grihasthas. Telling Maharaj, my marriage life, you know, I don't know. Why? Because it's not a hidden secret. Everyone, it's an open secret. What is the grihastha life? Have you seen? Have you seen this photo of Lord Shiva, Durga,
That's the life only this one.
Ganesh and Kartik? They have all different pets, vahanas. We know that rat is music is, and you know who's having snake, right? Snake and rat have to work together. Why?
Snake and peacock.
Snake and peacock, huh? Oh yeah, sorry, not it.
Snake,
What do you
like
mean?
Kartikeya
is peacock, and snake is
Snake is Lord Shiva.
yeah, and their enemies.
It's only the tiger.
And say Nandi Maharaj with
You can eat everyone.
Mahabharati.
In our life also, one wants to be this, one wants to be that, one wants to be like this. Hey, a chaotic life. So from this chapter 15, we take at least few points home. Yeah, we don't want to just hit around the bush for a long time. We really want something to take home. And this is few principles which are principles, and few are which are concrete actions. Yeah? And to start with, the first one is to engage in spiritual activities. A grihastha is responsible to take his family back to home, back to Godhead. Vaikuntha Dham, how many of us want to go there?
Everyone.
Not for a tour. Not for a tour. There is no detour, straight. Then we need to work out. It's see, so tall. In fact, who is the one who stood on one leg, who was doing the tapasya? Hiranyakashipu. Even he wanted. Of course, he didn't want Vaikuntha. What he wanted was, he wanted Vaikuntha in where he is. Means all the facilities should be here. Then why should I go to Vaikuntha? What we are doing is all that. The science is advancing to make the world a Vaikuntha. Huh? Isn't it? Oh, doctors, what do you say? Huh? We are trying all means. Somehow we don't get the key. we are trying, but somehow there is some. So it is said that when we are taking shelter of Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam, Iti Pumsarpita Vishnu, Bhaktis, Chen Avalakshana. There are 9. Bhagavati Adda, I forgot one. If we do take to this process of devotional service, then it's possible. Then we can really make our grihastha life success. But how is it possible? Come on. where am I going to do this Kirtan, Shravan? And in fact, I forgot which verse it is. Let me try. In fact, there is a very nice verse which is telling what exactly we are doing unknowingly. Prabhupada writes that the purpose of Krishna consciousness movement itself is for this. I think it is in 7th canto. Let me see what was that. Just give me 1 second. See? Oh, we found it. 7th canto, 14th chapter, verse number 3 or 3-4. Purport Prabhupada writes, the Krishna consciousness movement has been established to give Grihastha all over the world an opportunity to hear Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita specifically. The process as described in many ways is one of hearing and chanting. Shravanam, Shrivata Swagata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtan. Everyone, especially the Grihasthas who are Mudadi, ignorant about the goal of life, should be given opportunity to hear about Krishna. Simply by hearing, by attending lectures in different centers of Krishna consciousness movement, where topics of Krishna from Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam are described, they will be purified of their sinful inclination for constant indulgence in sex life, meat eating, intoxication and gambling, which have all become prominent in modern days. Thus they can be raised to the status of light, Punya Shravana Kirtanam, simply by joining the Kirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Process 1. And by hearing about Krishna from Bhagavad Gita, one must be purified, especially if he also takes prasadam. This is also going on in the Krishna consciousness movement. Amazing, isn't it? In fact, another specific description here is Srinvan Bhagavato Abhikshanam Avatara Kathamritam. The Lord's activities, the glories of His avatar, wherever it is sung, that's a saving grace. We all want to know what is that fortune that we want to take with us to home, especially in Grihastha life, is very easy. What is that? Shravanam Kirtanam. And in fact, Krishna consciousness movement is for whom? Grihasthas. We were thinking, hey, all this time we thought it is for brahmacharis, for this sannyasis. That's why whenever sannyasis, sadhus come, we think, hey, you are a different world. Our purpose is prasadam. Hey, always we think, no? I came for prasadam, but this class is there. What to do? When is this finishing? Someone having in mind already. कब हो जाएगा? See, प्रसाद भी हो जाएगा. So it is what? The first thing is engage in scriptural activities. Whatever in scriptures they are said, following that. The easiest for us is following Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. No, come on. There are Ashtadasa Puranas. Come on, 18 Puranas, that too exciting. There is something, Garuda Purana, have you read? Garuda Purana is full of helps. Some people like, so many people like action movies, horror movies. We take Garuda Purana for some horror. Horrific experiences. Tamishra, Andha Tamishra, Gaurava. Some favorite resorts in hell. We don't want to book there, right? We don't want to book these resorts in hell. Kumbi Pagam. I think recently someone would have already seen, there was a drama performed. These all names, 20 plus hells. No Baba, not good. Very risky. फिसल भी नहीं जानते. फिसलेंगे तो भी फंस जाएंगे. You don't want to even slide into those hells. You want to be safe. What did you do? follow the scriptural activities based on not any, as I said, we may find, no, come on, there are so many Puranas, why shouldn't I read all this? You're at your risk. Why? Because we won't be in a position to understand the real purport of it. Why? Because we need a thorough commentaries which are really explaining how to understand it. What is it for me? It is not, I tried. I had to do it because, my father, he passed away before a year, and someone said, you have to read Garuda Puran. So quite exciting. I thought, wow, at least now I have a chance to read it. After reading 25 chapters, I thought, oh my God. I was waiting how quickly I can finish. There's so much subjects are described how to lead a good life here. So that we will not end up in hell. And even someone is diabetic here, there is also a description about diabetes. Long ago in Garuda Puran. There are 24 kinds of madhumehas, and it's mentioned. It's not like some you see reels coming, some shorts coming saying, hey, there are all this. No, it's really there in Garuda Puran. Okay, controlling sugar is not the life goal.
Garuda you can do anytime?
Yeah, you can do anytime. Anytime you do. But the purpose is, I'm saying, rather than Garuda Purana, let's take Bhagavad Mahapurana. Huh? I think I don't have time for reading books. What to do now? The next, Narad Muni is saying, like this. Narad Muni is saying, give charity. If we cannot become good first class Brahmanas, hey, I don't want to become a Brahman. Why should I become a Brahman? I can be very happy Kshatriya, I can be very nice Shudra, that's all fine. No. They are just saying if someone wants to become Brahman because Lord regards high, so high. Namo Brahmanya Devaya, Go Brahman Hitaya Jagaditaya Krishnaya, Govindaya Namo.
Brahman can go only that step.
Brahman can go on what, sir?
ज़्यादा काम केवल ब्राह्मण ही करते हैं.
Yeah, a qualified Brahman. Yeah. So, yeah. Brahma Janati the Brahmana. So that itself is a qualification which is at a very high level. So, if reading and understanding is too difficult for my dull head, what should I do is start giving charity. It is considered the topmost charity is to give to the spiritual master. So whenever we have an opportunity to support a guru, we should immediately make use of it. Even if it is little. Why? Because that is the most best way of using our hard-earned money. Even we don't know how to use it properly, but they know perfectly how to use it. We may think, no, today shall we go to restaurant, shall we... In fact, it is said, one who takes to Krishna conscious process are getting free from the burden of enjoyment. This is what Srila Prabhupada said. Giriraj Maharaj, in his article, he says, how is it possible? Whoever comes to Krishna consciousness, they first of all, they don't indulge in all unnecessary things. So there is no burden of enjoyment. They know what is the right thing to enjoy. It's not that, hey, Hare Krishna aa gaya to enjoyment khatam. Bas, sabko ek dabba mein lage, rakh ke tala laga diya. Aisa nahi. It's not that all our desires, dreams and all these are kept in and logged. No. We just keep it for a while as a parking lot. We slowly get purified. Then we decide which desire should I take it out now. And Krishna is so tricky. वो डब्बा में जो भी रहता है ना वो सब वो चुरा लेते. You know that Krishna is a Makan Chor, right? And he also has the art of stealing without asking you. Uncivilized. He comes and removes unwanted things. So who is best? Krishna. So giving charity to the spiritual master, in fact it is said, Narad Muni is saying that one should consider the spiritual master as identical as the Lord. Really? Come on. I know that Vishnu has 4 hands, he also has 8 hands. There is also description that Vishnu has 16 hands. Spiritual master, 2 hands. I heard that Lord has transcendental body, spiritual body. Spiritual master, sometimes he has toothache, sometimes he has headache. Krishna को है नहीं क्या? Krishna also had headache.
Because they're supposed to worship the spiritual master because he's the one who's connecting you to God. So that's why you should also worship him because he's the, because if he won't be there, how will you go to Vikutta? How will you
No question. There is no question, right?
Yeah.
My AI works perfectly. In fact, very nice. Everyone should appreciate that at this age he has such a clarity. बाकी गड़बड़ होगा लेकिन अभी सेट है. So giving charity is the second easy because हमको भाषा आता है ना लोकड़े से. We know that we are good businessmen in our life, right? Sometimes we burnt our hands, but okay, we know that how to earn, how to spend, we have good ideas. The best thing is to engage that money in the service of the Lord. How to first, I don't know how to use it properly, so I give it to a very, very expert in that field, who is that spiritual master. If we give him, he will take care. No headache. But what? The spiritual master is traveling all around the world all the time. Parivrajaka Charya means he is traveling. Of course, these days we have PayPals. We have so many ways to give Lakshmi. But there is also other ways to give charity. Is
Feeding them, like
calling them, feeding them. Yeah. And if they are not available, then one should give charity to qualified brahmanas. Again comes, why only brahmanas?
But why not the people who need a lot of
You are asking or you telling? You are asking. Then let's give the question. I am also asking same question. Why only brahmanas? You have the same question. I have the same question. Let's hear from others.
because they are
तब बनेंगे करोड़पति. Okay? अभी रुको. Why brahmanas?
because they are really smart.
They are very smart in computer science or
No, for worship to the
for
God.
worshipping the Lord.
Because when we associate with them, then we can be advanced in Krishna consciousness.
When we serve them, we advance. Agreed? Is it only brahmanas? Why not others?
Why not the people who?
Yeah, I am also asking same question. Why not other people? Why can't you advance with other people? You have problem? What? Actually, I don't know why you guys are sitting here. You have come this side in full focus. You want ventilation? Yeah, you can sit. Come. Huh? Why only brahmanas? What is so great about the brahmanas? Who gave them such a great honor? The Lord himself. Are we great than Lord? ये भगवान खुद बोलते हैं. Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
But what about today's brahmanas? Most of these, when we see in the society, though a person is born into a Brahman family, but they are not at all close to the qualities of Brahmana, or they are not following anything which ideally a Brahman should do. And what about them? But they claim that I am the Brahman and one should respect me, one should regard me.
That is why we have this question, why brahmanas? If brahmanas are really pakka brahmanas whom we had come across, we didn't have this question. There was no question until 50 years back or 100 years back. It is only now because Let's finish. What I was telling?
You were telling that why only while.
No, not about this.
Because
That's the reason we are mentioning qualified brahmanas. Qualified brahmanas.
that was I just wanted to say because you should that you should only give food and do that to the qualified brahmanas. I just wanted to say that.
Yes. But why qualified brahmanas?
Because God himself chose them.
Yes, now you got it. See, AI works. Like fed in and yeah, see. So, coming back to your question, first of all, there are either brahmanas or no brahmanas. The one whom you are referring, who are claiming themselves a brahmana, doesn't mean anything. If I have a gun and if I am just saying that I am police, people will just laugh.
No, my
So-
question was different. Means
I am son of, we call this defense army men. You know CAP? Candidate, what is it called? Armed personnel. Yeah. Child of armed personnel. CAP. I am a child of armed personnel. Doesn't mean that I am already an armed person and I can hold a gun. I have an inclination to become a soldier, but it doesn't mean I have become. Just like a doctor's child doesn't become a doctor unless he really goes through that process. Whatever he claims, it's up to him.
so in short, one cannot be a Brahman by birth. It should be by act.
Krishna is saying Chatur Varna Vibhagasha based on what? Guna Karma Vibhagasha. Guna, the nature, and Karma. What has he done so that he is now eligible to do it? Just like a doctor is qualifying himself to become a doctor and does his studies and practice and everything, that is the karma, the activity he is doing, and also he should have the right nature. If a person is becoming an expert surgeon, but if he is only thinking for his own self-interest, the guna is not right. He is only interested in his own self-service. But a doctor role is actually serving. And Brahmana, everyone is giving so much respect. Why? So much value. Why? Because he is supposed to enlighten, become the eyes of everyone so that he gives the vision how everyone should be. Yeah. So maybe for now let's accept, yes, we should give charity to the spiritual master Guru, because without Guru there is no, we are just indebted and unlimitedly. And then if he is not available, we should give to some sadhus who come. If not, at least to brahmanas who are qualified. And if not that, can we give to Brahma Bandhus? This comes the question. अगर हमको ऐसे नहीं है जो सही ब्राह्मण नहीं मिला है, if we didn't find a suitable brahmana, what should I do? Should I give the charity to one who is son of a brahmana? If that is the question, now comes the Shastra says better than that, give to a Chandala who worships the Lord. Now you can see how much variation it is. Chandala means dog eater. Dog eater. Oh, dog eater. You know dog? There are people who eat dogs. Not alone in Germany, but
In China.
in China anything is possible. Made in China and meat in China. Everything is possible. Ate in China.
They literally.
So you were telling if we cannot find a brahmana, whom can we? And I lost the track after that. Sorry.
The best, yeah, sometimes we may think ना, okay, qualified sannyasi नहीं है, Swami Maharaj नहीं है, साधु नहीं है, तो किसको दे? Find a devotee who is dedicated, though he is not purified like a Brahman. He is not purified like a Brahman who understood that I am the soul, I am that, I am this. No, but he has faith in the scriptures that he has to walk through this path and has to become a devotee. Best. Why? Because he knows the science of engaging our resources the best. Yeah, now we come to the easier part. Charity. Oh man, come on. After working very hard, huh? And are we getting sufficient salary? No. Agar thoda zyada milega. If I get little more, I am very happy. So charity is sometimes, come on, difficult for me. Better than that, I'll sit for class Bhagavatam. Charity is too much. And the scriptures are saying, whether you like or not, there is something you have to do, what is called Shraddha ceremony. Shraddha. Shraddha. Huh? Shraddha.
What is Shraddha?
Yes. The rituals that is performed for the forefathers. Again, we are in Germany. I mean, of course, we go to India one fine day, we do Shraddha ceremonies very nicely, pakka like a Brahman, finding the right qualifier. What to do? Even if we find or doesn't find, the best way of doing Shraddha ceremony is to offer Mahaprasad to the forefathers. For that, we don't need a Brahman. You may think, oh, I need a qualified Brahman. Narad Muni is saying that one performs Shraddha ceremony, which is part of scriptural activities, and the best form of Shraddha ceremony is to offer Mahaprasad to the forefathers, to the Brahmanas, and of course, if you read the whole chapter, you will see how many Brahmanas should come to what kind of occasion and all these things. That goes more detail, but at a high level, one must perform Shraddha ceremony. If he is in a Grihastha life, if he becomes a Vanaprastha, if he becomes a sannyas, he is not needed to, because he is completely depending on the Lord and he is praying to the Lord and the Lord is blessing the forefathers. But as long as we are in this Grihastha life, it is said one should perform Shraddha, and it is said Shraddha ceremony. Have someone come across some people performing Shraddha in that they offer meat and alcohol? They're not so lucky.
Maybe in Bengal, I don't know. But
Yeah, Bengal is saying no. It's only in Hyderabad. There are so many other places. Not only Hyderabad, it happens all over India, especially in low class of men, where they see that it is a nice way of honoring our forefathers, because once upon a time they used to enjoy this kind of meat or this kind of drink. So let's do that.
It's mandatory actually.
See, at least some are here who can say. Sometimes it becomes a mandatory. Otherwise they think, hey, you have insulted forefathers.
maybe because, it makes logic for them because their forefathers were enjoying them.
Yes.
That's why.
So in fact, it is said that no killing of animals and there is no question of eating or nothing. The best thing is to offer Mahaprasad to forefathers, because that is the one that they are really waiting for. How many activities so far? Hearing, reading Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. Second thing, charity. Third one,
offering Mahaprasadam to forefathers.
performing Shraddha ceremony, and the best way is to offer Mahaprasad.
3 times a day.
And understanding what are the do's and don'ts of Grihasthashram. There are some, we know in Krishna consciousness movement we talk about 4 regulative principles. What are they? No meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit. Come on.
No drinking.
After for sex, I think we took Grihasthashram, right? Isn't it? No illicit sex.
Illicit.
And the depth of illicit, the seriousness level can go to that extent that even seeing other women as an object of sense, enjoyment, is also considered illicit sex. Even, in fact, not even seeing but thinking about other women is also considered illicit sex. So we have a long, long way to go. I remember in one class, His Holiness Kadamba Kanana Swami in Vrindavan, he said, even if a sannyas has the perfect color of saffron to his cloth, he still may have the sense of attraction to opposite sex. It is not that one doesn't has, but a sannyas is one, then he has how to handle it. How to not get carried away with that thought. Only he can say that too in the whole assembly of in Krishna Balaram Mandir. He could say he is a sannyas and he is just, it is so, a strong truth. He was saying, yeah, who are we? So there are 4 do's and 4 don'ts. First I said 4 don'ts. What are do's? Hey, come on. Already ho gaya class. Yes. I'm sure you will tell right. If you don't tell, I'll no license.
Cancel the subscription.
I have trusted so much freeware.
I remember one of the things that you were supposed to do the Mahaprasadam. You're supposed to give Mahaprasadam to the...
I will come to that. It's also one of the 5 activities. I will tell you. What are do's? Chanting. Oh, you forgot that? Chanting. Of course, you already told Kirtanam, right? Shravanam, Kirtanam. Association.
A, B, C, D, E.
What is that? A for? Apple?
Association.
Oh, A for association.
B.
B for?
Bhagavad Gita reading.
Bhagavatam.
Bhagavad Gita reading.
Okay.
C for chanting.
C for chanting.
D for
chanting.
chanting. D for diet.
Diet.
Diet. Prashadam.
E for?
Having enthusiasm.
E for something else.
How is D for diet and that is prasadam? Cannot.
Karma free diet. In bracket it is karma. First is diet. Engagement before marriage. Engagement in spiritual life. Enthusiasm. E for? Extra factor. What is an extra factor? Everything that brings us to Krishna, everything that reminds us Krishna every moment, that is extra factor. Not ex-wife, ex-minister. No, we are talking about X factor. Anyway, E for education. I mean, I only know ABCDs. I didn't read till Z. So, the principle of all these do's and don'ts is to understand the main principle which we forget is worshipping the Lord, keeping Him in the center. It is said Grihasthas are most privileged to have Archana. Not Archana means the girl name. Archana means to worship the Lord in the deity form, in Archa Vigraha. In the Archana, Vandana, Puja, Aarti, Upasana, Bhakti. Lord, girls' names are so divine. Sadhana. All we need, see, just we should have Ashtotar and then keep reading all the names. And now I think some people may not like this, I have to tell, because Narad Muni said, don't put me on me. Narad Muni said, don't waste time. Don't waste time in over-endeavoring for material comfort. Very difficult, right? After all, kahin pe pankha tha. See, dekho, Vivek, privileged, there's a fan. He didn't do anything, it came. It is said, we should be very, very, very careful. In fact, if one has time, I recommend to read these two chapters, chapter 14 and 15. Narad Muni is giving tips how to handle wife at home. See, secret. Everyone is studying.
For husbands also, is there a chapter also?
Hey, wife was secret.
No, but people have husbands.
No, we are handled properly.
Chapter 14 and 15.
See, now interest increases. 7th canto, chapter 14, verse number 12 to 17. If you want to be more precise, it says, when someone comes, or the wife is coming in, or some is coming and telling, I want this, can you do this? You don't say no, you say yes. But don't do it. You think, hey, we tried already, it didn't work. Follow Narad Muni, it works. You know, Narad Muni is famous for breaking the families. That is a secret tip for that.
Prabhuji, like the Brahman, how to find a good guru?
Good guru.
52 qualities.
We will come to that later. Yeah. We are with the flow now. Right now we are talking about wife and don't disturb. Oh, that's why you were diverting the topic. Most of us are struggling in our devotional life because we understood that we shouldn't over-endeavor. Over-endeavoring means working very hard, day and night, to attain what we really want. I have a dream, I want to become that, I want to gain this. All this over-endeavoring is, the result is this much, but you do a lot.
Yes.
But it doesn't. That's the secret. Sometimes we learn it from the Shastra, sometimes we go through experience, then we understand this, all this doesn't make sense. Over-endeavoring, people may understand that फायदा नहीं है. कितने लोगों को संतुष्ट करेंगे, कितने लोगों को आनंद what is it? खुशी रखेंगे, खुश रखेंगे. It's not possible. If I please you, you are not pleased. If both are pleased, he is thinking, hey, what about me? It's not at all possible, and I don't have 10 hands. I don't have very little resource.
Even
over-endeavoring.
Even for self, not much is required. खुद के लिए भी ज़्यादा करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है.
Very simple. Very simple. The secret is, we may try to stop our over-endeavoring, that I will not work too much, but it doesn't work. After some time, I see here you have post car. No, you don't even have driving license. Oh, you have it? Huh?
No, not at all.
Recording is going there. I'm confirming. According to 5th July 2025, there is no driving license.
No driving licenses.
So I'm happy. But he has BMW, the bike, like a minister car, not you. So it's very hard because again, I know, I want to lead a simple life, but again someone says, come on, yeah, how can you be so simple? After all, everything is really, really waiting for you. Then you start doing. Again we go. You know this roller coaster? We know this roller coaster?
Yep.
When it goes round, we are scared. But afterwards, okay, it's fine.
Then it goes
Again roller coaster, and again scared. Until we literally think, hey, just leave me alone. We go round. Why?
But don't eat before that.
Is it?
Otherwise, we're going to miss it. Just don't eat before I'm riding on the coaster.
Be careful. Because this is also coming from my AI. You have to value it. By the way, don't eat. So, don't eat when you get into roller coaster. You have to do tapasya fast. it's not just not over-indulging. The most important thing is engage in devotional service. If we don't take up to devotional service, even if we understood that life is simplicity, we cannot maintain it. Because the bar of simplicity keep raising. For us, simplicity was sleeping on the floor. For Gen Z guys, what is simplicity? Can you imagine to sleep on the floor? Can you be in a shade room?
But the point is, where and how do you define that? Like,
Yes.
where to draw the line?
Yes.
Because in case, so let's, if very simple example. So you just took the example of, for you simplicity was sleeping on the ground. Then for the next generation it was like, okay, from ground to bed, then shared rooms, then house, villa,
Luxurious villas.
penthouse, yeah, then
Then goes to
Mars, moon, whatever.
You are also, yeah.
but
Then they would.
yeah, I mean, so that's the point. But at the same point of time, is it wrong to be ambitious? Because there is a very thin line of being ambitious, and then you are again defining that okay, we should be confined with a very small quantity. It should be the basic.
If we are following Vidharma, when we are following Vidharma, what is the use of all this ambition? When we don't know what is the right thing to do, we think that yes, it is right, because we are backed up with all whatever our speculations or some. When we take to the teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam as it is, we understand, yes, now I am convinced that I can live a simple life. And again, because when we don't read this, that's why we were thinking comfort or simple life is bed. Simple life is Mars. Yeah?
Yeah.
We are not exposed to the right understanding.
But then why do you think, I mean, when the Pandavas were sent to, although they were sent in a wrong manner, yeah, so there was a dharma with them. They were sent to Vanvas for 13 years, yeah. Why did Krishna force them to fight in order to get the kingdom?
Which kingdom? Whose kingdom?
Hastinapur, I mean,
They are rightful claim for it. Who's Pandu? King. Their sons are kings.
but how does that matter? Because they were able to sustain life in a very minimalistic way, right?
Well, that is not their dharma. Kshatriya dharma is to rule.
What about their comfort, Prabhu?
That is dharma.
Country.
After all, after getting Yudhishthir, was he happy in the palace? Still he is a bachelor. He was just doing simple thing. Though he is a grahastha, he is a king, he still was doing dharma. So it is not that Yudhishthir wanted comforts. It is not that we want comforts. If they come, you should understand they are dangerous. This is also what we see from the life of Parikshit Maharaj. This is what we see from Yudhishthir Maharaj. That this is very risky. In fact, Queen Kunti, when we talk about fortune in family life, she is also one of such fortunate persons. Why? Because she has a very nice sons who are devotees of Krishna. And not only that, who is her father? Kunti Bhoja, he was adopted to Kunti Bhoja, but his father is Krishna. No, not Krishna. Vasudeva's father, Surasena. No, he is coming in the Vrishni. So fortunate. Anyway, that's a different topic. Fortune in family life, how it comes? The qualities, we'll come to that qualities. Anyway, actually I was about to come to that part. How to know that what is the bar? For him the bar could be here, or for him it will be here. What is the right thing? We cannot become all of a sudden Narad Muni. We cannot all of a sudden become even Haridas Thakur. We cannot even become Prabhupada. We cannot become even his disciples. Because their level of austerities are immense. The simplicity that they have molded their life shows us an example of, to our level, what is important is the principle of being simple. Which means, if I don't have a bed, that's fine. Yeah? It's not that, no, I want to become very, very austerious. No, that's not the purpose. The purpose is to make ourselves suitable for practicing bhakti as rapidly as possible. For that, if you want bed, you take. If you don't want it, don't. If you want a caravan, take it. If you don't want caravan, don't take it. Anya bilashita sunyam jnana karmadya navritam anukuliyana krishnanushilanam bhakti uttam. What is the topmost bhakti? Anukuliyana Krishna anushilanam. Whatever is favorable for my Krishna consciousness, that I can please, I can follow the footsteps of what the Lord and His acharyas have given. Let me follow. If our Guru is saying, stop eating, for example, it's very difficult. Very difficult. Come on, I like so many things to eat, but if Guru is saying, yes, I am ready to give it up.
So, I mean, irrespective of the fact whether you are living.
If you give me choice, I will always prefer comfort.
Okay.
If I give choice to my Guru and Guru decides for me, I know what is that I need and I just follow that. Otherwise, we are always in comfort zone. Our previous generation is hey, you are already enjoying lot of comfort. हमारे ज़माने में ना छत्ता ना what is it, no roof,
ना छत्ती ना दरी थी, ना छत थी ना दरी थी,
दरी भी नहीं थी, तो क्या थी? सिर्फ
चटाई थी,
चटाई थी. Yeah, that's the truth. Always, yeah, I think you were asking me something.
Yes, we're just following up on Devaka Prabhu's question. How do you set the standards or levels of simplicity? It's still not clear for me.
It is standard of simplicity, for example. As I said, even if we are talking about our generation, past generation or future generation, the principle is very simple. It lies in prioritizing Krishna. Then whatever resources we have, we use for Him. Why? Because we are. Do you give all the royal facility to your servant? He may demand, but will you give? That's not right.
When you give everything to Krishna, for example, if you have art, you only make art for Krishna. If you know singing, you only sing for Krishna.
Okay.
And if you know how to fly, you only fly to Krishna.
Okay. You want to say something or ask something? Nothing. The point here is that what to not over endeavor is basically, am I working for myself or Krishna? That is the defining factor. If I am doing it for my own self, if I think that this minimum standard is enough for me, now you are asking how to define that minimum standard. For you it is something, for me it is something. How to understand what is minimum is to level that I can sustain so that I can practice Krishna consciousness.
So does it mean that irrespective of the fact whether I sleep on the floor or in Mars, the idea should be always to please the God? Like if I have 1 penny or 3 or blah blah blah. So the idea should only be that how should I please the God?
Simplicity means to minimize our necessities to bare minimum. That comes with our maturity. Yeah. In fact, in the same chapter, there is an example given. Or today we were discussing about the rope and the snake. So you didn't join? See? Yeah. Yeah, 1 second. One who matures by the reading of Bhagavatam, he understands what level of simplicity is achievable, possible. Without the knowledge, we may think I am leading a very simple life. Because I am comparing with people who are enjoying far, far more than me. No, we can see the life of Goswamis, how they led a life. Simple, they didn't even have home. They didn't even have, what is that, Chati and Zeri? They had a hole of a tree. In a tree there is a hole, they used to live there. They used to intentionally dig a pit and used to stay there so that no one comes and disturbs. That is simplicity. Now, as I said, we can't think about that level, but we can focus on what is that minimum need that we can maintain, through which we can actually use everything in the service of the Lord. That's why it's coming to the point. Refraining from over endeavoring. First of all, let's not work unnecessarily. Let's work only for a purpose. If that purpose is for my self-interest, that is over endeavoring. Because I am working very hard for my own self. But working very hard, even more than what we can do, for the pleasure of the Lord, that is not over endeavoring. Because my endeavor is not, it's not for myself. Anyway, I think that's time up. Someone will tell me. Yeah, we are coming. Questions last, okay? Suggestions later, okay?
I don't have a question.
No.
Okay, then suggestions later. Come on. My hair is shuts up. It will come. Yeah, there are just two more things. So, how to get to this point of not over endeavoring is, Narad Muni is saying, be careful with mind. Mind game. Yeah, same thing. As I said, justify it comes to the point. Mind game is so tricky. Mind will never let us sleep. Even in sleep, it was always active, saying, hey, a nice dream comes. And next day, we want to make the real dream. Make it up. Controlling the mind by conquering desires. We may have a lot of desires. I want to 2 duplex, no 3 duplex, no villa, no bungalow. There's a whole range of desires that can go. One may think, why not to have such desires? That itself is a big already get caught up. If we are thinking why not? I am asking why. Why do we need it? And if the answer comes back saying this is for the pleasure of the Lord, then that desire is right. If it is for my own status, my own comfort, then wrong is. So controlling mind means conquering desires which are not good. We should have, as I said, anya abhilashita shunyam. Abhilash means desire. Anya means unfavorable. Unfavorable desires. Anya abhilashita shunyam jnana karma adi anavritam. Sometimes someone who is very, very knowledgeful, he becomes so expert, use the same shastra and say, I will not do bhakti. Same shastras, he knows how to make best friend with it, that he can escape her. So that's why jnana sometimes is dangerous. Jnana and karma means, I know how to do perfect. You know what? 50-50 partnership. I'll work, I'll get 100 euros, I give the Lord 50 euros, I keep 50 for me. No, I think Lord, He is my master, let me give Him. Hey, come on. Anyway, you are giving, no? We both have same Lord. If you give, why I should give? And everyone is giving, why should I give? Jnana, karma, adi. You can put anything in that. Any other thing, whatever comes, you can put that. Adi, anavritam, anukulyana, krishnanushilanam, bhakti. So we have to appreciate, we have to make best deal with our mind. Saying, hey, desires hai, parking lot hai. We put it there, don't worry, don't go anywhere, be there. I'll come, I'll open one fine day. That is one, controlling the mind. Second thing is, don't have too many desires that the box is full. That the box, boom, it bursts out and says, hey, desires keep flying in the sky. And then, first of all, desires. The mind can very easily afflicted with anger. We have to try how we can control anger. Greed, fear, lamentation, illusion are these things. We have to control them. In Grihastha life, yeah, we need it. Otherwise, we don't know when we get food. Fasting sometimes. And then, understand what is the objective of our life and work towards that. Then have faith in Guru. I'm just going fast because I don't know when the time will end. So I'm just covering the most important things. Meditation. Oh, this is important. I don't want to miss it. Very important. See, he said, meditation. Meditation and any other process are useful, but only if they help in advancement of Krishna consciousness. We may think, no, come on, I need to maintain good health. What will you do? Huh? What will you do if you live longer?
Nothing.
Nothing, see. Nothing. Why to live long? Huh? Nirmada Prabhu? Is that the purpose? To do nothing? What will you do? He is fixed, going back to God. One answer for all problems.
If you live longer,
We'll ask Anu Prabhu. Ask him. What will happen?
if you live longer, then you
No, ask him. Anu Prabhu, in the back.
We get more time for devotional practice if our mind is so.
if you live longer,
No, if you do meditation, that's the question. Others? Yeah, you got two corners. I can't see. Yeah, you are escaping or what? What is the purpose of meditation? Pranayam, Kana Jam.
the purpose of meditation. Now I'm going to
You are maturing.
others.
Meditation, peace of mind. Who wants peace of mind? All of us want. What will we do? Meditation? Huh? Is that everything? No. The purpose of meditation or any other exercises is to do what? To attain samadhi. Not the samadhi of, samadhi is, in Ashtanga Yoga it is said, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyanam, and then Samadhi. What is the purpose of Samadhi? To get connected to the Supreme. So meditation is not just to make shant. Oh, so nice. My sugar values come down, my BP values come down, my tensions come down. All calm down. No. The purpose of meditation is to fix our mind on the main object, who is the Supreme Person. Otherwise, if we do, that's useless. This is Narad Muni. I am not saying. Again, all this I just picked up. Otherwise, I know, you people might think, hey, what are you saying? This is what Narad Muni is saying. Narad Muni ki Jai. He says, otherwise it is simply waste of time. And now we have to really appreciate Narad Muni. This tip saves our life. What is he saying? Be careful. If you are grahastha, be careful with your relatives. They don't know much. we know inside and outside. Be careful with relatives because they are still grounded in grahastha life. In fact, they are so strongly positioned in so-called grahastha life, which is called grahamedi. What is graha asta? Asta means a stage or a place or a path, and graha is a home. Home, it's not a house. Grahamedia means one who is just interested to use marriage life for one's own happiness. If at all I want to get married, sometimes these days in Gen Z club को आपको पता नहीं कैसे लोग हैं, शादी भी नहीं करना चाहते, क्योंकि ऑलरेडी सब कुछ मिल जाता है पहले. Everything is available. Why to get married, man? Why to have a contract? That to this contract is in front of the fire god. You don't know what you do. Better. I used to have, some guy used to come. He's from TCS, works for us. Our lunch topic is, he says, why should I marry? And I said, why you should not marry? It goes for weeks. Finally got married, no choice. Indian body means I have to get married. Even if you say, hey, I don't want to marry, they say, hey, pagal ban gaya. Are you mad? Mad? We think the other way. After marriage, we become mad. Mad man, mad woman, both. So we have to be very careful with our relatives because they might still be on the level of duality. So Narmani says, be careful with relatives because they can pull us into this whole whirlpool, the circle. That circle, vicious circle that you can't go out. Very dangerous.
So if you already come, they could take you back.
Now you want to know the solution, right? Solution I already told. What is it?
Guru. Meditating.
Look forward for Vanaprastha ashram. Hey, don't think, Grahastha is so entertaining. Look for Vanaprastha. Hey, there's a lot in Vanaprastha ashram, lot of freedom, you know.
What is Vanaprastha?
One jhana. To go to the forest.
One.
To enjoy the wildlife.
Oh, wow.
See?
I will do the Vanaprastha.
So one has to be very, very serious. Otherwise, this relationships and all, it becomes so clumsy and becomes so difficult that you can't come out. Except, I'll come to that. Vanaprastha is logical to that Grahastha life. Or avoid chance of falling down by becoming Krishna conscious. Which means we don't have to wait or we don't have to prepone Vanaprastha ashram, but we can become Krishna conscious while we are householders. While we are householders, if we just bring Krishna in the center. In fact, once Srila Prabhupada was asked that in those early days, his disciples, he arranged a new marriage, disciples, they asked the secret of a harmonious marriage life. Srila Prabhupada said, one hand cannot give love to the other hand directly. Right? If you want to give love to your hand, what will you do? This hand needs love. What will you do?
You bring all that.
What will happen?
Happy.
What is the purpose of love? To serve, right?
Yeah.
If you want to serve this hand,
So, yeah,
if this hand has to serve this hand, what should happen?
this hand should go to this hand. So,
How?
go to it. If it wants some water, give.
What will it do with water? Man? You will wash
Drink
it.
it.
Prabhupada says, with this hand when you eat, the food is going into the stomach. And when the food is going to the stomach, what is happening? This hand is served. This hand is nourished. Very simple. Similarly, if wife want to please or give love to the husband, how is it possible? To bring Krishna in the center. There should be a via media. And the best media is to keep Krishna in the center. When Krishna is pleased, we make sure our family life is Sukh or Shanti. We want at least Shanti. Na? Sukh baad mein dekhte hain. First we want Shanti. So we have to understand that the secret of happiness in Krishna conscious life, or if you want to turn our fortune for all good in family life, the secret lies in how we can bring Krishna in the center. Why? Because Krishna, if he is pleased, then he makes sure that others are. Now come on, if I am bringing Krishna, the problem is at home we have so many fights. Isn't it? No, not your. I'm just. If someone wants to serve Krishna, others say, hey, no, if you want to serve, you go and serve Krishna. Better, let's not fight. Let's leave Krishna. Let's live peacefully. So many arrangements are done, right? Like that? No, you don't know? No, you don't know? So many families are like that. They say, hey, better to keep Krishna aside so that we can have a happy life. You are very fortunate. You don't have this. चैलेंज। भगवान को बाहर रखते हैं, हाँ, घर के बाहर। घर के अंदर कौन रहते हैं? हम। After some time, what will happen? Fights start. Then where are you going? Hey Bhagwan, you are calling out to the Lord. Hey Bhagwan, क्या हुआ? Why you don't show mercy on me? घर के बाहर छोड़ के आए. You have left me outside the home, man. When you open, you welcome me. I'll solve your problem. So we understand the importance of Krishna in the center. Huh? Very important formula, and I'll just finish off. I wrote a lot, but I'll just 5 things in our life. This is based on the most proven book, Bhagavatam. What is that? Worship the Lord, receive Vaishnavas and saintly people, distributing prasadam to public, distributing or offering prasadam to the forefathers, visit holy places. All these are the benefits of a successful family. And not only for your own family, this benefits not only you, this also benefits society, country, humanity at large. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. You have a question? You have a question?
Few questions.
Yes.
So
I'm just checking. Did I cover answers for it? Yes, please.
thank you, Prabhuji. So in the beginning you
You
said
want to
that
arrange that small thing?
in the beginning you
Ask him to hold it.
You have to hold.
You check if it's connected. No, we don't hear.
Only
So, in the beginning you mentioned that Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Maya, they were so fortunate that they would have got the Supreme Lord as their child. On the other hand, Devaki and Vasudev, because of their piety also, they got Krishna as their child. But in that sense, they are not that fortunate because in the beginning
They are super fortunate. Super fortunate, right? Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj were taking care of the Lord in person. But Vasudeva and Devaki, they were in the prison. They were always remembering, oh, what would have happened to my kid? What would have happened to my kid? They are always absorbed in the love of separation. It's called Vipralamba Bhava. In that Bhava, they were always remembering Lord. And of course, as I was saying in the nectar of devotion, there is a hierarchical, or not, there is a list of the parents of the Lord, and in that first comes Yashoda, then comes Nanda Maharaj, it comes, and then later comes Devaki and Vasudeva. So, but then what happened is, they have appeared again forward, one second. Because they could not take care of the Lord, they couldn't see the childhood pastimes of the Lord. They get a boon in the next life. Does someone remember? In the next life, again they become parents of the Lord. That Vasudeva and Devaki.
Yashoda Mai was Rukula Devi for long
That is
time.
fine. That is fine.
in the previous life they were like
Ashni and
Kaikeyi and Kaushalya. Because of that, it's just reverted in this.
I vaguely remember that Vasudev and Devaki have appeared again, and the Lord has appeared so that they could relish the mood of childhood pastime of the Lord. I have to check exactly. In both sense they were, yeah.
Yeah, but as you said, it's way more higher, the Vikralamba Bhav compared to Vatsalya Das. In that case, they are perfect.
Krishna Garbha and forgot, I mean, I have to check. AIs are there, they will come back. Agents are on it.
In the previous birth says Sutapa and Prisini.
Yeah, Sutapa and Krishna.
So this seems to be the first birth was Prisini and Sutapa, second birth was Kashyapa and Aditi,
And this is
third birth was Vasudeva and Devi.
Vasudeva and Devi.
After that there is no.
I have to check maybe Jagannath Mishra and period. As far as I remember, but that's why we will find it out. But anyway, that is one thing. One thing. Yeah.
And one more question is, when you said Narad also said the way of becoming happy in the Grihastha life, like be careful of relatives. So, who are relatives? Parents are relatives, or who are relatives? Can we consider them as family or relatives?
Thank you for asking. Very important question. The answer can go half an hour. But I'll ask you to read Queen Kunti prayers. In Queen Kunti prayers, she is saying, "Oh Bhagwan, please make me free from family life." Now the question is coming. Okay, when she is saying, she is praying that, hey, I want to be away from the family life. Though she had wonderful devotional kids, yeah. What does that mean? It means that Queen Kunti is praying, let me not have affection which are on material platform. It's not that when we saying, okay, let me be free from my parents, all affection. No, it's not that. We should understand, appreciate not at that relational level, but actually at a spiritual dimension. Yeah? It means that we should be careful with our relations. We should be careful in the sense that we don't imbibe their material desires upon us. Yes. अगर लाल गाड़ी है तो हमारा पीला गाड़ी, पीला, हाँ पीला. No, let's not have गाड़ी.
पीली गाड़ी.
पीली, हाँ. See, I was, hey, पीली.
पीली गाड़ी, पीला घर.
पीला.
पीला घर. Yes.
पीली.
So other than myself, everybody is relative, and we have to be careful about.
We have to understand that everyone is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, and to whatever extent we can render service to them at a spiritual level, we should do it. It's not that we just break the tie-ups, relations. Oh, now we are also setting up. We have to perform Shraddha ceremony to four brothers. All these things are there. But on a, what do we give? We give Mahaprasad. As I said, if you read the chapter of Kunti prayers, there you can come across this point in the purport.
First canto.
The first canto. 7th chapter, 12th chapter. I don't know. Yes. Maybe some और भी है, but उनको भी chance देते हैं. पूछने वाले हैं. हाँ, रहने दो, बाद में बात करेंगे. अपने आप 1-to-1 private से.
And then keep it, leave it, right?
Now I think
So, are we fine with the fortune in family life?
Yes.
Still we have doubts? It's very simple. It's very simple. What we should do? Krishna is the center. If Krishna is in the center, everything is blissful. And if Krishna is not in the center,
Bring him in the center. Bring him at the center.
Everything will be scattered.
he will come in the center. Now, shall we welcome? वो तो घुसने वाला है. Yes, Mataji, your question. Guru.
Mike.
नहीं नहीं तुम्हारा जहाँ जाएगा और बाकी
Yeah, Guru, how can I find the good Guru?
How can you find a guru? In the record of instruction, there is a description about understanding who is a guru. It is said, Vacho Vegam, Manasa Krodha Vegam, Jihva Vegam, Udar Upastha Vegam. When someone can control these objects, then he can make disciples all over the world. So when we know these are the qualities that a guru has, then what we do is, we don't go and ask everyone, hey, are you
Guru should be in the life. It is necessary or not?
100%? No, 108%. It's necessary. We didn't, what do you call this? We didn't become mature just on our own. There were parents in our life, mother was telling what to do, father was telling what to do, school teachers were telling what to do.
Then Guru tell about
The guru is going to tell the spiritual understanding, and not only just knowledge. Knowledge to one element. Guru is actually connecting us to the Lord. So we need some helper, a mediator, a facilitator, because the Lord is so busy. Then when someone is saying, hey, such a great person is recommending, so we need, what is our strength through which we can connect to the Lord? What is our greatness that Lord will come and, we may not have that much bhakti. We may think we have bhakti. We may think we have knowledge. All is our understanding, हम अच्छे भक्त हैं. जब गुरु आएंगे, then the guru is going to tell, yes, you have very good, you have very good quality, you have very good qualities, now use that for Krishna. If guru is not telling, we will still use it for us. We need someone accountable. हमको कोई रहना है लाइफ में जिनको हम जिम्मेदार बनाए. जिम्मेदार रखें हमारे लिए. We want someone that
इसको हम दायित्व दे सकते हैं.
उत्तरदायित्व.
उत्तरदायित्व is different. उत्तरदायित्व उसकी होता है.
वो अपने बच्चों के लिए बताते हैं.
So we need someone to whom we are accountable, that every day we are doing. Otherwise what will happen? अगर गुरु नहीं रहेगा तो हम बोलेंगे आज नहीं तो कल, कल नहीं तो परसों. जब गुरु रहेंगे तो पूछेंगे एटलीस्ट डर तो है, एटलीस्ट आई हैव फियर.
How I can decide this guru is very good? How?
I told already qualities.
Okay.
Those are qualities. And now we just look, when sadhus come in our life, they just don't come by chance. When sadhus are coming in our life, we understand, oh, this is the opportunity that I go there and do service and ask questions, get the answers, apply that in our life, and then we see how it's working. And then we again, if it doesn't work, it doesn't mean it doesn't work. Doctor के पास जाए और doctor gives a medicine, if it doesn't work, do we say, hey, there is no medicine? No, we'll again go and ask what happened. If not this doctor, some other doctor, like that. So there is a process of how we take the medicine to live a healthy life here. There is also a medicine for leading a successful spiritual life. The medicine is in the hands of Guru. आप बोलिए.
श्री जी ने बताया था, कबीर दास जी ने एक बार कहा है.
किसने बोला है?
कबीर दास जी ने.
कबीर दास जी. हाँ.
गुरु गोविंद दो खड़े, काके लागे पाऊं, बलिहारी गुरु आपने गोविंद जी बताए.
समझ में नहीं आया.
गुरु गोविंद दो ही खड़े, गुरु भी खड़े हैं और गोविंद
काके लागू पाए,
बलिहारी
गुरु आपकी
गोविंद जी
बताए.
मतलब कृष्ण भगवान खड़े हैं, गुरु जी खड़े हैं, तो किसके पैर छूना चाहिए?
गुरु और गोविंद दोनों हैं हमारे सामने, तो हमें पहले किसको प्रणाम करना चाहिए?
गुरु की महत्ता पर ये
गुरु की महत्ता अधिक बताई जाती है कि गुरु की महत्ता अधिक है. क्यों अधिक है? क्योंकि वो हमें उस मार्ग पर लेकर चलने के लिए सक्षम थे, जिससे हम सक्षम हुए उस मार्ग पर जाने के लिए.
आम आदमी के लिए गोविंद के पास जाना मुश्किल है. गुरु जी जैसे आप हैं, आप बताते हैं ऐसे करो, भक्ति करो, कीर्तन करो और मेडिटेशन करो, तब आपको भगवान के दर्शन होंगे. तो भगवान ऐसे आसान नहीं है. गुरु के माध्यम मिलते हैं.
So this guru we may
हम
think
पढ़ाई भी नहीं कर सकते कि विदाउट स्कूल हम एडमिशन करा दें और हम घर पे नहीं जाएं, स्कूल नहीं जाएं, तो क्या हमें वो एजुकेशन मिलेगा? नहीं मिलेगा। तो इसी तरीके से अगर हम गुरु को फॉलो करेंगे तभी तो हमें वो एजुकेशन मिलेगा। हम कितने ग्राहक हैं, हमें ये भी देखना पड़ेगा कि हम किस तरह के ग्राहक हैं उसके, ठीक है ना?
so many aspects. We cannot assess our own greatness because we usually give more marks. Guru is the right teacher who give right strict correction. कितना marks मिलना चाहिए, कितना साधना हमने किए, what is our level, what is the next step? Do we know what is our next step? We don't know. For us, bhakti means just what is next step? We don't know. Guru is telling, hey, you have come to this level. The next step is give up. Give up your attachment. अगर गुरु नहीं बोलेंगे हम attachment कब दे पाएंगे? नहीं देंगे. We need someone who is helping us to come to that strong decisions in our life because otherwise we will always postpone. हम बोलेंगे आज नहीं कल करेंगे. जब गुरु है then we understand. That is the reason तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदेशन्ति ते ज्ञानम ज्ञानिनस् तत्वदर्शिनः. Another quality or qualification of guru is he should be a tattvadarshi. He should follow, he should understand what is the truth. Tattva. Tattva means nature. Tattva means truth. Tattva means property or quality. So a guru knows what is the best thing, what is the ultimate goal, and by serving guru, usually हमको एक culture slowly हट गया है. Nowadays we don't do service. We think hey, paying some fees is service. No, it is said even if one paying the fee to the teacher, it is very important that he personally go and serve. How to serve? By ask, what do you want? And the guru is saying, he is not asking, as I said, what is the test? Vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam. He knows what to talk, what not to talk. He is not just interested, hey, mil gaya, fazza denge.
When to talk, when to not
Then
talk.
comes this, what is it, shell dhan, to cheat. They say, hey, mil gayi. No, Vacho vegam, he understands that, yes, if I open the mouth, I should speak absolute truth. Whether one likes or not, I should speak absolute truth. Vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam. Is he stable? He himself, how controlled he is? There are so many. No. Oh, come on. How can you say that? If is this, then Prabhupada bhi both time काफी strong बोले हैं. He is also very very strong. He spoke. Yes. How to understand that? Only a disciple can understand the mood of Guru. When Guru is chastising the disciple will have no problem. Because he knows that after all he is telling for whom? For my benefit. Outsiders may think so many things. But the disciple should understand that this he is talking is for my benefit. Recently we are reading Bhagavatam, we came across this. That Lord Shiva has punished Daksha. Why? If he doesn't punish Daksha, he will go to hell. Rather let him punish so that he can be given a life, उनको मिलता है, so that he can actually practice bhakti again. So the Guru knows what is the best thing that is needed for the disciple. Usually हम डरते हैं, oh, we are scared if we go to a Guru, Guru may expose us, exploit us and all. No, Guru is a facilitator. Guru is actually helping us. Guru itself means he is very very heavy. If Guru is chalega, then your life will also chalega. This life, next life, it keeps going. हमको हमारा लाइफ चलना नहीं चाहिए, हमारा लाइफ सीधा भागवतम जाना चाहिए. Yes, I think is it okay, Madhu? Yes.